but I got it. I got to go with him. I think his decks are built perfectly for this lineup.
Yep, it's hard to argue with that, but we will see how it's going to work out here. And the start for Darkwonyx looking really nice, I have to say.
Yeah, it's all right. The old 1, 2, 3, and then potentially a double 4.
Yeah, not bad. But still, on the other side of things, definitely a strong start here for Chakki as well. Zombie Chow is really always what you're hoping to see. I'm thinking we're just going to see the Neutron come down.
You think so? I think it's going to be Mech Warper. I think he's okay with losing his gnome.
Okay, fair enough. It does set up for a nice turn 3 for sure. And I think he will take that trade.
He's going straight to the dome with his Zombie Chow. I can smell it. He wants blood.
Yeah, gonna start getting some work done, man. Let's see what the spare part will be. Sometimes they're pretty impactful, sometimes not at all. Attack Blade's not gonna really matter too much here, and only has some options, but I think it's hard to pass up dropping double mechs when you develop the Mech Warper last turn.
I would tend to agree with you. I mean, I think there certainly is some merit to pinging off for the Zombie Chow here to make sure that your Annoyatron gets protected the entire time, but I think you're just going to continue to use the Annoyatron for tempo. And like you said, I think he's going to take out this Zombie Chow with the Mech Warper and continue to overdevelop, basically, and kind of hope that his opponent doesn't have the right cards to disrupt what's going on.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I just think it's such a nice setup, and I mean, the following turn is going to be pretty darn good as well. I mean, he has the chance to ping. He can buff, like double buff his Mana Worm with obviously his spare part plus the thing as well. So I mean, definitely some pretty good follow-up turns as well. But at the same time, he does only have a couple cards in hand, and we are seeing Chakki sit here with pretty full hand and definitely the potential to make a lot happen here. I like the choice to play the Shielded Minibot as well. I mean, it really does fight for the board very well.
You like the Shielded Minibot here over the
True Silver?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that you can go into the True Silver next turn, and I mean, he didn't have a great turn, like a great target for it anyway. I mean, he would have had to take out the Neutron. I think he's really hoping to be able to deal with that with his Shielded Minibot, and then hit a bigger target. And I think it may pay off here for him. If we see that the Tinker come down, the Tinker is obviously a much better target for True Silver. I mean, I just think when you're sitting with 2 True Silvers in hand, if you can develop your board and then use those in the following turns to kind of help you stabilize and really fight for what you've already got out there, I think it's going to be a great position.
I think you're right, actually.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good because I just don't see a way. I mean, it just seems like most of the time you're going to be able to get rid of that Annoyatron without having to do it a different way. So it's actually going to have to double buff and that. Yeah, so it's going to be hero power now instead. Okay, so he actually, yeah. I think that is definitely the best way to go about it. I like this turn a ton for sure. And then, I mean, that does actually, protect the Annoyatron. He can trade in his Spiders still, though, and have a pretty good target for his True Silver.
Yeah, he's got to be worried about Blast Mage.
Yeah, certainly. So I still think you have to.
I think you have to as well, but I don't think you're happy about it.
No, but you don't have to be happy. Those are the breaks, man.
You heard Azalea. You don't have to be happy. Just do your work.
Yep, get it done. And guys, if you want to, the straw poll is in the chat, so submit your votes for the winner. Let us know who you think is going to be the winner. And looking at the results here so far, 75% of people are actually voting for Darkwonyx, and we'll see if that does change as more people decide to vote in for it.
So no Blast Mage comes out, and I think that's pretty much the good news you were hoping for. You're just like, no Blast Mage, no Blast Mage, no Blast Mage.
Freezing definitely not that useful here. I think since he killed off one of those, then he's certainly going to use the mirror image, and hopefully force you to use a weapon charge into that.
Yep, I think it's what he's looking for too.
Yeah, I think it's a smart play. I mean,
the The freeze isn't good this turn, by the way, but Sylvanas is in an opposing hand. Yeah, so it's really tough for this to not get value as long as you're still in the game. Like if you've fallen out of the ability to actually win the game, sometimes the freeze minion can help you draw an extra card, but usually by that point it's just the game is going to snowball and you're not really going to recover it from there. But this is probably one of the better ones that you want to see. Like the time rewinder, the one that returns into your hand, that one's also very good, but I think he's more than happy to have this in his hand right now.
No, I would agree. You know, one of the other ones that has I've found the most success with the stealth one, freeze and time rewinder. Those are the ones that have won me the most games for sure.
Finicky Cloakfield, I believe it's called.
Yeah, I mean that one.
Cloakfield.
It's like I've had games where it's like, you know, you're in a tough spot. You're basically just you're forced to just go face time after time, right? And you're kind of in that rough little spot, and it's like you can, you know, drop a blast mage, stealth it up, and then all of a sudden it's like you got the battle cry, plus you have like a Stranglethorn Tiger.
Yep. Well met coming out, a full board from Chakki, but this is being met by a lot of powerful minions.
Yeah.
Darkwonyx side of the board, you know. I mean, he's basically just going to continue to chew through this. So Chakki buying some time here, but
it's just, you have to respect the chance of the quartermaster, you know? It's just so scary. If the quartermaster is there, you had to clear that. And if it isn't, then yeah, okay. Maybe it wasn't the best, but certainly something you have to be worried about. And, you know, stealth definitely going to be not too bad here. He doesn't want to be able to just have those minions trading in for free. Another muster coming out.
Gosh, it's just so much potential to unlock here, but you know, I don't, you know, I look at the board position and I like the fact that he's clearing these tokens out, but when you take into consideration his hand, is this really what he needed to be doing? Like, I feel like his game plan should have been favored on focusing on the race.
Yeah, praying that he doesn't have it.
Yeah, and drawing you know, stuff like Fireball, Frostbolt to try to end the game afterwards, because in this kind of position, you know, he's really kind of thwarted what his opponent's done in terms of the quartermaster play, but you got to think about how much actual damage that you can get long term from what you have on the board now, and frankly, it doesn't look like very much.
Yeah, certainly. It is a pretty tough position, and it is one of the hard decisions you have to make with this deck sometimes. Yeah,
the other thing too is that his opponent had a full board, so if they actually wanted to play anything else, they'd have to trade into your minions first.
True, but I still think that, to be fair, I think that Quartermaster would have ended the game, but I do agree with what you're saying. And I mean, you do have to sometimes just be like, okay, well, sure hope you don't have it. Go and face, because I mean, there's a lot of times playing this deck where, you know, you simply do not have the comeback potential. You know, it's not like you can just trade and then win later. It's, you have to just decide to go for it, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But you know, if it does, it's great. Like, because if that's your win condition, then that's your win condition. That's all you can do.
Yep.
Do you think he freezes face to deny a weapon?
I don't think so. I think he's just going to let it happen. I think that Frostbolting face here is like, there's a really big potential that you might have to Frostbolt this Sylvanas with the game plan that he's chosen to go with. But it's not going to surprise me to see him do this, but
there it goes.
Yeah. Wow, he holds onto the Mech Warper though.
I don't know if that was a mistake or not, because time ran out. The rope actually burned down.
Yeah, I gotta believe that was just.
I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, I think I think it was a time constraint mistake too. I don't think that he.
Yeah.
I don't think he decided. Yeah, I don't think he decided to hold on to the Mech Warper. Like, why on earth would you be holding on to it right now?
When you're going all in, I mean, you just use both your freezes to go all in this turn, and now he's missing out on 2 damage.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
Could cost him the game.
So he needs Fireball right here. I mean, this is the turn to draw it if you're going to draw it.
Let's see. What is it going to be? It's going to be Blast Mage. Certainly not a bad one.
Yeah.
It's got to be played.
I don't think there's any question about it.
No, you just have to play everything. Well, you're super all in. I mean,
I don't see anything else. I think you just go for face.
Yeah, there isn't. Yeah,
works out.
I agree. Yeah, you really do. This is a time where you're living on hope and a prayer, man. You're just really.
You're just Bon Jovi.
You get the fireball exactly.
Yeah.
No, he's thinking it through, But I think anything other than going face is definitely a mistake.
This is the sort of spot also where Darkwonyx, I think, like,
Wow.
oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
I
Actually can't believe that.
Okay, so here's what I think. I don't think that holding onto the Mech Warper was a mistake anymore. I think that he was anticipating drawing something like this, and then hoping that he could pick up, like, literally pick up Goblin Blast Mage and try to recover this board position.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is something that, you know, I've watched a lot of Darkwonyx play. I've watched a lot of Darkwonyx play in the past, and something I think that he struggles a lot with is the ability to just quite literally go all in. You know, he's a very, you know, coming from a background of chess. In chess, these sorts of situations don't come up where you have to, well, I hope I draw a queen here. Like,
yeah,
it just doesn't work that way. Yeah, it's like, you know exactly what's going on, and you have access to complete information, and at that point, it's just a matter of how much you can process. So when he makes a play like this, I think it's just a lot of unfamiliarity with navigating through situations like this, because now the Fireball's not even a lethal draw anymore.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, yeah. This is
like
brutal,
he needs to draw like exact. Oh my gosh! He would have drawn Fireball.
Yeah.
Wow. He needed Jeeves this turn is what he needed. Yeah, I have to believe he should have gone for face here. I don't see the reason behind.
Mistake.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think Darkwonyx had a chance to win this game and threw away a large percentage of that. He can still win. I mean, he can still just pick up another Fireball. He can pick up a Frostbolt. He can still draw Jeeves and pick up a bunch of cards. He's not 100% out of it yet, but. Yeah,
well, you know what the really sad part is too? If you played the Mech Warper the turn before and got the extra 2 damage to face, even if he traded, even with how he traded and stuff, like he would actually have lethal this turn anyway.
It'd still be lethal. Yeah, so he's going to have to continue to try to control the board here and just really hope for the best. I got to believe that with a Fireball in your hand, though, you have to be going for face here. Like you're out of favorable trades at this point, especially when you're staring down a Knife Juggler. You know, maybe here's the thing: if he clears out the shield and Minibot and the Knife Juggler misses. Sure, like then maybe he can get this Knife Juggler to go into the Mech Warper, but
but chances are there's going to be 2 minions coming down. I mean, you know, like that he doesn't draw a minion plus the token. I mean, it's super low chance.
And it's going to get sniped out right away, and it's just like this True Silver is going to put him out of Frostbolt range now as well. I mean, I think if my opponent held onto a card here, I would read this as Fireball, and oh my gosh, he's given Darkwonyx a chance to draw a second Fireball here. Instead, it's going to be Goblin Blast Mage. Wow. These are absolutely brutal positions. If this Fireball goes towards a minion, I mean, there's just no chance of him winning this game anymore.
No, I agree.
Well, you know what? He could hit the Piloted Shredder and get a Doomsayer.
Is that the high percentage play now? Is that what we've come to?
I mean, do you have more than 68 to 1 at this point? I mean, it's just drawing a second Fireball, yeah, but...
I don't know, man. I just think he really misplayed this game. Yep. Like, because there was 2, like, even with the trade, if he went for the Mech Warper, he would have had lethal with Hero Power plus the Fireball that previous turn. And I think that trading into the Sylvanas at that point in the game is just crazy.
Yeah. Following through on your game plan is really the lesson from this one. You know, he chose to use Frostbolt to go all in, and he should have just continued in stride.
Yeah.
He's going to draw Fireball.
You can't like half. You know what I mean? It's like if you're gonna go, you can't do the worst of both worlds. Like you have to, if you're gonna go for it, you have to go for it. Like you have to, like you can't just Frostbolt the face, freeze.
Special delivery.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And now, I mean, Darkwonyx is down to his last card. It needs to be Frostbolt or Fireball, unless Chakki decides to not attack. He goes for the attack, so he's down to just Fireball. That is his only out in the deck right now. Is a second one.
What is it?
Well played.
Oh.
It's going to be Smite Tank instead. Wow. So game one's going to go over to Chakki, and what I got to believe was a game that was meant for Darkwonyx, and this one is just, you know,
it was his game to lose.
Yeah, you take a look at a game like this, and what you have to take away from it is that when you commit to a game plan, unless you have an extremely strong argument.
Oh, that is not the hand.
In the opening hand. You know, again, we talk about these opening hands being somewhat poor at times, but again, Druid just has such a high draw density that you got to be brave. Yeah. You know, you wild growth, and you just hope that you draw minions. You have so many of them to draw. He picks up Piloted Shredder right away. I mean, just that alone has improved his hand. You know, just one single draw, and he has a couple draws to do it. It's not just the one. You know, he had his turn 2 going into it, and then he also has his turn 3. So effectively, in a position like this, he has 3 draws to get out of this.
Yeah.
2 knife juggler start from Chakki, though. I mean, can you ask for more? I mean, I guess he could ask for muster for battle.
Yeah, that's what he can ask for. Next turn, 6 juggles to the face.
And a Merry Christmas was had. Doesn't quite get it this time, but I gotta believe this is gonna be shield. This is gonna be, I'm sorry, Aldor Peacekeeper.
Yeah, I love that choice.
1 damage to the mech, 1 damage to the mech, and straight to face.
Already down to 20 HP.
Yep. And now we simply swipe. And we simply take a lot of time now that we drew this Wrath, because that is an interesting draw.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm looking at this. It's not an interesting draw. You swipe. You take out one of the jugglers. Yeah, I think so. You could even get like a Bluegill Warrior. Take out the other juggler.
You don't think you take both jugglers? You don't think you swipe to one juggler? No, really? Even with thinking about muster for battle?
Well, he's going to see what he fetches off this first, which is the correct play. Oh my gosh! You know, I said we hadn't seen Kobold Geomancer, but wow, he gets it right off the bat.
Draw. Gets the spell power.
That
my game deciding right there.
That is just an extra minion he killed because of the spell power. Now a pilot shredder's added Chakki's board, but wow! I mean, just. You talk about the perfect rolls from these piloted shredders. He has had them this game, or this tournament so far.
That's insane, man. That's actually insane. How big of a difference that makes.
Yeah, he could have gotten Blood Mage too. So it's not, there is 2 minions he could have gotten off of this.
So he has a 2 out of 68 chance.
Yeah, 34 to 1. Hey, 34 to 1 is that's close to 3%, man.
There you go. Oh man, rough. But anyway. Here we go.
The lesson here, by the way, is also that spell power minions have taunt, unless they're Dalaran Mage.
Yeah, certainly.
I don't think I've ever attacked a Dalaran Mage, ever.
No. I think part of the reason probably is because it's not in anyone's deck.
Arena, man, come on. It's a fourth.
It's a card.
Yeah,
it's a card you could have.
I'm not gonna say it here because it's not. It's under the trash territory.
Yeah, certainly.
Second to the claw. This is just so much power on the board. Another special delivery.
Really nice here. No matter what it hits is great. What? Oh, surprised.
Yeah, so he's gonna. I don't mind this, and the reason is because you have the shield up. So that's why I think this is because the shield is still directly contesting this. This other Druid of the Claw on the board, so he can special delivery whatever comes out next. Unless, of course, it's a Dr. Boom, which I don't... Wow, I mean, what a draw. I mean, I gotta believe you're playing... I mean, I don't think it's a real Doctor either. My gosh, so much pressure being added to the board. How on earth does he clear this up?
It's gonna be really hard, man. And I mean, it does... make it tough to use your bomb lover as well. You really don't want to bomb lob one of those 1/1s.
Oh gosh!
Where's it gonna land?
Four damage too.
Ouch!
Wow. So swipe is actually gonna clean this board up completely too, which means Dr. Boom is not gonna be vulnerable to bomb lobber.
Yeah, certainly gonna be tough. Okay.
My gosh, he's gonna go with Keeper. Oh no, you can't Keeper here. I mean, you got to be worried about Tyrion. Okay.
Yeah, I would think so.
Everything is in check at this point. He's got... Oh, so he's going to develop his... yeah, he's going to develop Spectrum. I like this a lot. 7 damage across the board. I don't think he's really worried about anything at this point. I mean, you Big Game Hunter come down, so you don't anticipate that in the range. He's got to put his faith in the light. But there's a silence on the other side of the board. 11 damage is going to come crashing through.
Oh, man, yeah, he's going to be able... It's so hard to actually recover from here. I don't think there's anything he can get after this. I mean, even lay on hands and stuff I don't think would really help him too much. I mean, look at this board, man. Down to 4 HP.
Let's go for the dome. Don't kill the Tyrion. Don't kill the Tyrion. Yeah! And that's what Dr. Boom's describing. 7 damage to the face. That's not what I want either. And I don't see the recovery potential here.
No, that's why he's going to the face. He's just accepting that, I think.
Yep. That's gonna do it. Darkwonyx is gonna tie this series at 1 game to 1. wow, Dr. Boom took complete control of this game, but it was only after Piloted Shredder summoned a Kobold Geomancer so that Swipe would completely clear the board.
Yeah, I actually think that won him the game straight up. Like
Yeah, I think it
that
did.
was actually ridiculous. Like that was completely swung the board. And then to follow that up, he has 2 Druid of the Claws in a row. Like, can you ask for more? Well, I guess you can. You can ask.
Chakki, he's going to go with Hunter here, and I got to agree with this. I think Hunter is going to be one of his best choices versus Druid. We saw this matchup earlier. He just had so much pressure on the board so early. He was able to make favorable trades at every step of the way. He was able to apply a ton of pressure to his opponent and just really make sure everything was lining up in his favor. And I don't think that this game is going to be much of an exception unless Darkwonyx can get the ball rolling himself. Keeper of the Grove is something he's looking for. Innervate for sure, and Wrath is going to help him stabilize his board position as well. So this looks like potentially a 3-card keep here. Yeah, I like just turn one knife. Turn one Shaded Naxxramas. You're going to follow that with Wrath, and then he even picks up a Swipe to use on turn 4. So, all of this early development likely to be stunted.
Yeah, certainly very strong. One of the tough things about it, is dealing with Freezing Trap, right? Like Freezing Trap is definitely something that's pretty annoying for a Druid to deal with because you don't really have any little small minion just toss into it. And he's going to reveal the Shade right away. Just going to start getting that damage done.
Yeah, I really like this, and part of the reason why is because he's anticipating something like you just mentioned, Freezing Trap. And Chakki doesn't have a way to deal with this on turn 2. Like, Ironbeak Owl is really the only response that's going to directly deal with this outside of something like
Hero Power.
Right. So Ironbeak Owl is going to get checked by Hero Power. You still have a 2/2 minion on the board, and even if he Freezing Traps this, he got 3 points of damage out of it. So this is something that I like doing a lot versus turn 1 coin plays from Hunter sides. If you manage to get a turn 1, Shaded Naxxramas. So he's going to have to. He's got to owl this here. It's just too much potential damage. Oh gosh, and Wild Growth is such an ill-timed draw when you got a Hero Power this 2/1.
Yeah. Certainly, but just continue to get the damage in. Already 5 damage out from this turn 1 Shade, and it's really getting work done. It's going to challenge whatever comes out after. And you really certainly do not want to actually have to trap up this Shade after it's already, eaten a silence.
Keeper of the Grove gets drawn.
Do you think the silence or
I think silence is really good here. I really one of the ways you're going to lose this game is by traps too heavily disrupting what you have. But at the same time, this is a matter of has Darkwonyx done his homework now? We saw Backspace slip up and not kill a Mistress of Pain. If Darkwonyx has done his research here, he knows that Snake Trap is in this deck. So if Snake Trap is in here, you actually don't mind your opponent getting that triggered because you have Swipe in your hand. But at the same time, I think you kind of just want your opponent to draw into Snake Traps at some point too. It looks like he's just going to go with Wild Growth here, and I can't blame him for this either. This will, 1/3 of the time now, he has Misha in check. So 1/3 of his opponent's animal companions are actually very likely to provide a pretty heavy advantage here for Darkwonyx. He's going to continue to go for face 2. He's really pressing the issue.
I like this. He has a bit of a tempo advantage, and it's kind of forcing his opponent into trading into it, right? Like, he had to trade into it anyway, so he got the extra 2 damage.
Yep. Let's see if we can take a look at what that trap is. We'll know straight away. So it is going to be Snake Trap. Yep. Piloted Shredder, a pretty good addition to this board. Just a little bit extra gas. He's actually just going to play this Black Knight as a 4/5/2. I can't blame him. You just know when you've committed so much damage to your opponent at this point. This is a good example of him needing to follow through on what this game plan was. He just needs to get something out and continue to apply pressure.
Yeah, certainly. Like you said, you just have to kind of go for it. And unfortunately, there's the kill command there, but there's no activator. So, I wouldn't be surprised to just see the Freezing Trap come out. And the Freezing Trap there's no way you're ever going to be able to replay that Black Knight. Playing a 6-mana 4/5 already is gross enough. And I think here, you just 100% you drop the Freezing Trap. If that gets trapped up, you're golden. Like, the game is really starting to swing in your favor. Because there's just no way it's ever going to be able to be replayed.
Yep. He was looking for a juggle on that Black Knight, I think. And
yeah.
Since he didn't get it, yeah. And so here, he's about to get this is going to be some potentially really bad news here for Chakki.
He's got to be expecting the Freezing Trap. Do you think he expects the Freezing Trap enough to trance into it? Because he'd be so scared of Explosive.
I think yes and no. So I think he's going to check and see what this trap is with his Hero Power. This is going to give him a lot of information on what it potentially could be. And so now he sees here it's Snake Trap, and he's just like, oh, thank God this was Snake Trap. This is a really clean swipe turn. You know, that Pilot Shredder, though, I mean, this could be like, this could summon Millhouse Mana Storm. Maybe it's going to come back to bite him.
You never know, man. And he's going to be able to get a huge swipe off there, and we'll see what the draw is. And it's going to be a Nerubian Egg, which really not useful at all at this point.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Piloted Shredder is a really nice pickup, though.
Certainly. Especially
Darkwonyx
with the
is down to
freezing
13. Yeah, Darkwonyx is down to 13 too. I mean, he's got to start being mindful of his life total and actually figure out a way to start winning this race.
Yeah.
Oh, and Savage Roar is certainly a good way to add some additional pressure. So he's going to use Force Nature here just to clear out
Do you think he innervates?
this freezing trap.
You could innervate the Savage Roar. I don't think it would be bad. You'd put your opponent so low. You'd be forcing him to trade in. You let a Treant get frozen, and then you have 4, 8, 10, 16 damage. So you can put your opponent to 6 HP. I think actually that would be.
Yep. He wants to make sure. Good. Yeah, he wanted to make sure this wasn't an explosive trap first because he actually hadn't checked for explosive trap yet, and he hadn't checked for freezing trap. He was assuming it was freezing trap, which he was correct in doing. So now he's got a Treant in his hand to make sure he checks traps later on as well. But yeah, I got to believe you're Savage Roaring here. And whether or not he chooses to control the board by attacking this Piloted Shredder or choosing to kind of go aggressive is another story.
Wow.
So he's going to hang out with the Savage Roar and just silence out this Piloted Shredder, use the Treants to clear this up, and then start going forward to the Dome. I mean, this is a pretty fantastic spot to be in. You have 6 power on the board. You have the Charged Treant in your hand. You have Savage Roar. Eagle Horn Bow gets picked up. That's not near enough to start ending this game yet. I mean, he's got some added pressure now, but he's going to have to pick up something like Kill Command next turn to actually. I'm sorry. No,
that's the thing. It is enough. If he gets a beast, the game's over. But even if he doesn't get a beast, the game's over next turn unless he heals up or armors.
Yeah, he's almost. Oh my gosh! And he picks up Ancient Allure.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna be at 9 is why. And so between the Charged Treant and the Savage Roar, he's got enough to kill his opponent in 2 turns. So what Chakki has right now wasn't enough, and this Ancient Allure has put him completely out of reach at this point. I mean, even if he picks up another Kill Command. As you just said, he doesn't have a beast on board right now, so they're only 3 damage apiece.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Chakki needs, but man, it's got to be something huge, and I don't think he's got a card draw in his deck that gets him out of this.
No, that's not it. Yeah, certainly Houndmaster is not going to really do anything for him here.
Yeah,
even if he Kill Command is lying, it wouldn't do anything. That's done. So. Another game going the way of Darkwonyx, 2 in a row with the Druid is going to put him in a great spot. He's even going to insult to injury, perhaps.
Using that Charge of Treant from earlier.
Yeah.
Wow, a 2-1 lead. Is this 2-1 lead now? Or 2-0?
Yep.
Yeah, this is a 2-1 lead now for Darkwonyx. Again, we saw him fall with the Mech Mage on the back of some poor follow-through choices, but it looks like he's recovered nicely from this. I think he's made a lot of really strong decisions these past couple games, and he was really patient in that Druid.
Odds of that, it gets pretty brutal. So Chakki definitely needs to pull one out here. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it. He has definitely had a lot of success with his Druid, in GVG, so definitely has a good shot at it.
I'd have to agree with you. We have to go in the game and see, though. I mean, Piloted Shredder really been such a big card in this tournament so far.
No kidding. Just been such a big card, honestly, in GVG, and Sky Golem is really a lot less common. The Shredder is definitely great, though. Are you surprised to see that he dumped that whole hand?
I'm not.
I would have thought that he maybe would have held on to a Spectral Knight or something.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he just wants to fish for Innervate and Wild Growth and try to get his advantage there. I think if you have something like Shade next Ramus, you'll often keep it. But you have plenty of draw potential in the deck. And when you take into consideration stuff like Innervate and Wild Growth, you're going to hit your 4 and your 5 so often anyway that I think it's better to just go ahead and fish for it.
Certainly. Makes a lot of sense. And when I'm going second, sometimes I do that, and I guess perhaps it's just a mistake. Holding on to one of those cards because you have the extra card draw, and you start with the coin and everything. I'm sometimes a lot more tempted to hold on to a 4 or a 5 drop.
Yep. So not coining out the Shade here, I like this. I mean, coin at this point would be turned into +1/+1, but it would remove his potential to. I mean, look at his hand right now; it's so heavy.
Yeah.
So he needs the potential to accelerate out one of these 7 drops, or potentially even like a 5 that he drew next turn, or something like that. He can't afford to use coins to simply give his Shade +1/+1 when he has a hand this heavy.
Wow. Double shade, man. That's kind of already gonna get pretty scary pretty fast. I mean, both the shades get to sit and stealth too.
Wow, a second wild growth gets
double
picked up.
wild growth. Wow, he gets a non-coin Doctor Boom or Ancient Allure next turn. That's crazy.
And look at these hands. I mean, these hands are just stacked to the brim with minions right now. Both of these guys are going to be worried about combo pretty early on, I think. You know, when you're facing down 2 Shades of Next Promise and when you're facing a double wild growth, but neither of them have it. So I think a lot of this matchup is going to be a matter of who blinks first, unless you see those cards get drawn.
Kind of just panicking to try to clear. I mean, Doctor Boom coming out is going to be putting a lot of pressure on. I mean, the thing is, you don't even need full combo when you have minions this powerful down. I mean, just even shades and stuff can start to end it. Like
Swipe
with
gets
Savage
drawn.
Roar. So scary though to do the bombs. I mean, if the bombs hit your shades, kill off your shades, God. But at the same time, it's something you kind of have to do.
I think he's going to have to as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't let this Doctor Boom live.
No. I think you just have to swipe Doctor Boom. Do you attack the Spectral Knight in first to reduce the chance?
I mean,
or do you think it's such a low chance of it getting killed off by the 2 bombs that it's better for it to soak 1 or even 2 hits at low damage?
I think you're trying
I think it's better, yeah.
I think you're trying to get some of the damage soaked up first.
Because I mean, it's possible that could happen, but it's so low of a chance. So I don't think. Let's see, 2, 3. Oh, they both
close,
live.
But hey, now that shade could potentially die to a swipe this turn. So really heads up that he's using the 4/1 shade instead of using the Spectral Knight body. Keeps it healthy, so his other shade's protected now. And not going to lose a shade to just simply a swipe here.
Yeah, certainly.
Pretty solid rolls on the booms there. There's the Savage Roar pickup. So
I think he draws.
Yeah, I think this is the point where you start drawing cards and really hoping that you can get to your combo before your opponent does.
Yeah, I mean he has a 5/4 shade there. You get a 5/5 body down on the board. You get a good draw. That could be it, man. I mean, a combo plus these minions that have been out there for a while. It's just so dangerous. Every turn is really, really scary.
I'm gonna go through this potential. I wouldn't be like stunned if he chose to use Keeper of the Grove here and trade in his shade, but I think that drawing is just probably a better option. You know, maybe he's thinking about healing too. I mean, he's got so many cards in his hand that, you know, maybe the life is more important than the cards are right now. I mean, it's not something that I'm saying he should be doing, but I've done this in this position before where I've just healed at this life total knowing that the only way I'm actually going to really, really have this game slip away is, you know, in a position where my opponent has just dealt me too much damage and I wasn't able to utilize all the cards in my hand. Yeah, so I think he's going to go with his Keeper here, and I think this shade's getting traded in.
Wow.
Innervate was a really nice draw.
All right, well, shade does get traded in as predicted there, and
I mean, Chakki's got to be thinking about combo himself now. Your opponent just drew 2 extra cards. You don't have it even close to in sight, and basically his win condition this game is trying to grind his opponent out until, you know, he finds a spot himself where he can get massive value.
Yeah. I mean, the scariest part is it's like, even if you're at full HP, man, you're actually in danger with what's on the board. It's like, I mean, you have seven extra damage right there, and then you have to add in an extra 4 with the combo. So I mean, you're looking at 25 damage, 25 damage from the combo. It's like so much, and yeah, so he's gonna have to be forced to trade in as well.
Shade's getting a little bit more value than I think they typically do in a lot of these matchups. You know, most of the time I think they just sit on the board and either you win with Force of Nature, Savage Roar, or you don't. But in this case, they're just, you know, they're 3-mana minions that are taking out 7-mana minions.
Yeah, this has got to be Wrath and trade in.
Yeah.
Still no Force of Nature. I mean, you know, double Ancient Allure, drawn a lot of cards. But I mean, look at the power in these hands. Both hands are just stacked with minions. I mean, especially Chakki. Chakki's hand is just like never ending. I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah, but how does he go forward though? I mean, you know, he's worried about the board slipping away at this point, and the Wild Growth's really making a big difference in this game so far.
Yeah.
I mean, Darkwonyx is going to have access to, you know, potentially two big drops next turn. And Chakki's going to have to go with this Piloted Sky Golem and kind of hope for the best here, but this is going to get thwarted straight away. Keeper and Swipe. is going to give him a massive board lead now.
I must safeguard.
Yeah, that is
gets
rough.
a second swipe too. I mean, I think this game is just falling out of reach at this point. I think these two Wild Ghosts have given Darkwonyx, they've unlocked the potential he needed to make use out of this hand that initially had 3 7-drops in it early on.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just had basically all his minions in his hand. He's never-ending minions. I mean, he unlocked the mana and he's put it to full use turn after turn after turn. Combo now, starting to shape up here into Chakki's hand, and we have seen some incredible comebacks. We can't count them out just yet. There is no force of nature in his opponent's hand, so you still have to take that into consideration. But it's scary because we said combo plus these 2 minions on board is 25. That's lethal right there. So I mean, you have to be a little bit nervous, and I don't know, man. It's tough decisions here. It's like, do you ton up? I mean, do you heal?
Yeah, I like charging into this.
Okay. Yeah.
Just try to clear the board out what you can. He's got so many minions in his hand. He doesn't need to worry about getting extra value. He just needs to worry about stabilizing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And if he would have taunted up,
would have been brutal. That would have been game ending, I think.
Yeah,
when you're
that
you're already behind.
Yeah, easily would have ended the game. So again, a really heads up play here, just to try to nab the value he can and move forward.
Looks like he may decide to wrath this up. I mean, I think he could just keep his 5/4 alive, just tack that in the keeper, wrath up the Druid of the Claw, play a Lothab, something like that. I would like that quite a lot. Or Piloted Sky Golem is fine. I mean, both those are pretty strong. I think Lothab really shuts down a lot of your opponent's options, though, which is one of the nicest parts about it.
Yep. Keeping Wrath out of the way is super important right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe you don't even really need to kill that 2/4.
No,
to be honest.
I don't think you do. I think you just go face for 5.
Yeah. We'll see if he decides to go for it or not. I mean, it's just if you're worried about it getting extra value, with a Savage Aura, right?
Yep, I like this the most because your opponent's on the back foot now. I mean, you have lethal in your hand next turn.
Yeah, with the swipe Savage Aura.
Yep.
Well,
attacking that minion would have been a really big mistake, I think.
True. Well, let's see if he heals here. I mean, I guess he's not going to. He's just going to drop in Lothab, so that will keep him alive with the Lothab, but not an easy trade. I mean, he's still not able to take that out. And
yeah,
I mean, he's just praying. He's praying for a draw now. I mean, he needs Savage Aura.
You look at Darkwonyx's side of the board now. He's got to be worried about combo too.
Totally.
So, how does he move forward this poor position? Does he press the issue on the minion front, or does he does he trade down?
I think if I'm Darkwonyx, with a lead that I have in this, I think I would just go for face, but he's going to make the safer choice.
Yeah, I got to believe that going for the safer choice here is probably right, because you basically are maintaining the lead you just had. I mean, you're going to sacrifice your Lothab doing this, but you get 5 points of damage onto the Spectral Knight. You're still threatening combo yourself. I mean, your opponent has to navigate through this turn as well. I mean, these have been some really, really weird turns that both of these guys have been in, and it's just both of them afraid of the range of cards that their opponent has.
Yeah, very true. One thing to keep in mind, though, Darkwonyx's hand is starting to thin out, and Chakki still has a lot of cards, so that's one of the things you have to keep in mind when you're making that decision. Do I go face? Do I not? I mean, the other thing here is, do you want to trade in your Spectral Knight? I kind of feel like you have to, and if you're going to trade the Spectral Knight into the Piloted Shredder, it's something you kind of want to do at the start. So, I mean, it's just a question. Are you gonna use a combo to clear, or do you feel like you should heal? If you're gonna go for the heal, then you obviously can't use combo to clear. So I don't know. I mean, what's your preference here? Do you like just one Force of Nature plus the Wrath and see what pops out?
I think the big thing he's got to figure out what this Piloted Sky Golem is going to do.
All right, let's see. This is pretty key.
Oh, that is brutal. That is a pure dead card right now, and. Chakki's still got to make a decision here. Does he need to kill this summoning portal?
No.
Or does he just need to go for face? I mean, if he picks up combo, this is going to be lethal right here. So, yeah, I really like killing the portal here instead. I mean, it's just a 0/4, but, the potential that just the extra 2 damage from something like Savage Aura could be enough to end the game.
Yeah, exactly. You can't go face if you're going to play it like that.
I got to think that Black Knight's coming down here as just a body.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, this was my concern for Darkwonyx. Did he get too conservative again? He is kind of running out of cards, and it's tough to know.
Here's the thing, though: if he played that Black Knight here, he's dead to combo on the counter swing. So using this hero power now puts him at a range of 20 points of damage. And he's going to use swipe straight away, and he's going to need a Force of Nature draw to end this game here. And Chakki, you know, he's just outside of range of Savage Roar ending the game, so Darkwonyx is going to get the first chance to actually strike for lethal.
Let's see what the draw is. Dr. Boom not going to be too useful here.
I mean, are you thinking about healing here if you're Chakki?
I think you are.
I don't. It's tough to say. I mean, it matters a lot with his piloted Shredder summons before you choose to heal, and with that, I mean, even if he chooses to heal here, he's dead to what's on the board.
Yeah.
So, gosh, I mean, he's dead to what's on the board. Should Force Nature Savage Roar be there? But the thing about it is, Darkwonyx has only got 2 cards in his hand, so 2 of these 3 cards have to be Force Nature and Savage Roar.
Well, certainly though, with how many cards have been drawn, you have to be expecting at least one part of the combo to be in there. I mean, we're deep into these decks. You know, this game has been going on for quite some time, and this is seeming like it's kind of slipping away a bit from Darkwonyx here.
I gotta agree with you. I think at this point, this is just another example of like a spot where I think Darkwonyx really just needs to develop and hope for the best. You know, he's dead to combo. Yeah. If his opponent has it, he doesn't have really a way to prevent that. I mean, he could trade in both of his minions and then hero power the 4/1, but then he's left with just developing either Big Game Hunter or Black Knight.
No, I think you have to just 2/2. Wow. Okay. If he Savage Roars, I guess he can clear. I think that's kind of like throwing away your win condition, though. I mean, I think it's just 2/2 into the 4/1, and you drop a Black Knight in the Big Game Hunter.
I think so as well. I think you got to just hope your opponent doesn't have it at this point.
Yeah. And then the question then is, if you're doing that, do you put
gosh.
I really don't like this. If he combos to clear, then I don't know, man. I mean, his hand is really just looking so dead. Okay.
Which means, yeah, he's just going to develop the Black Knight and trade in both of his minions here. So, you know, losing a lot of pressure in this regard.
Oh, did he run out of time?
No, I think he got it down.
Okay.
Yeah. But now Chakki, I mean, this is a really strong redevelopment turn here for Chakki now.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's going to be, I mean, that's going to be thrown off by the Big Game Hunter, though. So, you know, maybe that's certainly we had to factor into Darkwonyx's decision last turn to not play Big Game Hunter and just trade in his board and kind of hope his opponent didn't really have much. But
again, yeah, these are definitely some tough choices. I mean, it's honestly surprising at this point that they don't have it. You know, it's like, you have to be thinking they do. Is he going to draw for it? Let's see. Innervate. Okay. Nothing impactful. So Dr. Boom is the play.
Gosh, and Darkwonyx still has to be worried about Force Nature Savage Roar combos because of these boom bots. But I think this is finally a position where he actually just cannot play around it.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
Oh my gosh, he's going to continue to play it safe.
I just feel like he's playing it too safe, man. Oh, 4. Geez. Oh, no.
Well, I mean, playing it safe is not going to happen anymore. I imagine he's going to hero power this other one anyway at this point now. So, but at this point, his decision has been made for him. He is all in. I would hero power first for sure. I don't think you're even worried about taking the damage to your face at this point.
No. Let's see where it lands. Doesn't even want to kill me. Oh. That sucks.
I'm curious if you actually summoned that Big Game Hunter before the minion came out.
Still no combo, man.
I mean, Chakki's still got to be worried about what's on
this. I mean, that's 10 damage plus he has 8. I mean, he has 18 just sitting there with just a Savage Roar, 19 with hero power. So, I mean, yeah, he has to. God, what a crazy game. I can't believe that neither one of them have still drawn it.
So deep.
This is insane, man. Darkwonyx's hand is just so dead, though. Like, as Chakki, I don't think I feel so bad about clearing.
I don't think you do either.
I mean, I think it's just you Force of Nature and you drop Piloted Shredder.
That's what it looks like to me as well. I think he's coming to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
Wow, what a crazy game this has been. Both players have fought so heavily for the board, turn after turn. I mean, we're like in turn 13, turn 14 territory here.
Yeah.
Both these guys have just been fighting for board position the entire time. Sky Golem's getting directly threatened by this Piloted Shredder, but you know, I mean, Darkwonyx's summon is going to be on average a lot better than Chakki's is going to be.
Yeah, it's worth twice as much. I mean, mana wise. So, Wild Growth. Oof. I mean, he can draw. Let's see what he gets. It's definitely.
I don't know if he's going to draw. I think he's going to see
Really?
what happens.
Think he'll innervate? Just drop both his minions.
Well, I think he's going to first see what's summoned off of this Piloted Sky Golem, and then evaluate his board position.
Yeah.
So like say like Senjin Shieldmaster gets summoned off of the Piloted Sky Golem. Obviously, it's a pretty clean Black Knight turn.
Yeah, that's true. Certainly, yeah, something to think about. Man, you got to be getting nervous. I'm curious if we can check how many cards are left in their decks. If we can just get that moused over, that would be awesome. Because I'm really curious how many cards they even have left. So 9 cards left here, 8 cards left for Darkwonyx. So I mean, 2 of the 8 cards are Force of Nature. Or no, did he use the Force of Nature to clear? Did Darkwonyx use one?
Yeah.
Okay, so only has 1 more then. So tough. All right, so he's not checking. Wow.
Does that mean he's just going to go for face?
I think so. Oh wow. Okay, he's taking the free trade. Okay. Well, let's see what the draw is. Spectral Knight. That's not gonna be it, man. He's gonna force his opponent to trade back into him. I mean, with wow, this is just insane. I mean, he has 13. He has lethal sitting there. Well, he could be 1 off lethal without Savage Roar if he hero powers. But I mean, he's got to clear something off the board. And there's no free trade, unfortunately, for this piloted golem. It's got to be the Harrison. I mean, you take out the Harrison. At this point, do you think you hero power the golem? Oh, that's actually not bad at all.
Wow, he would have gotten a taunt off of the Sky Golem too.
Oh my god, man. Oh my god, yeah. It's so hard to play around that though. I mean, that's actually hilarious, but it's so hard to play. Imagine if he got the Black Knight on that. Wow, what a crazy game, man. This has been a really interesting one.
He's got a hero power. He's got to attack the Forerunner.
He's got to.
Oh my gosh.
He wants it to be under 3 damage.
He should have attacked it first because it could have been Doomsayer.
It's true.
If it's Doomsayer, you're just going to lose the Spectral Knight.
It's Cruel Taskmaster. Savage Roar is the draw. Definitely got a Wild Growth now. Let's see what he gets. Could be the combo. He still has 1 more Force of Nature, right? Innervate. Oh no.
Now.
Oh yuck.
I think he's going to Savage Roar this turn anyway. I think he's just going to put 10 dead points damage onto his opponent's face.
Yeah, just Savage Roar hero power down that 3/3.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Darkwonyx is down to 1 HP. He's got Savage Roar in his hand though. If he draws another Force of Nature, that's going to be enough for lethal.
Do you think he kills the Spectral Knight? Do you think he takes the trade?
So. I think you go for the dome, man.
Let's see. He's thinking about it. You can have that free trade, forcing an attack into it. He does it. There's the trade.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
This game is insane right now.
Interface.
Draws interface.
That's it. It's done. I think so, right? I mean, if he hero powers that, then he die. Yeah.
No, he's not going to die. There's no Savage Roar on the other side of the board.
Oh, you're right. There's no more Savage Roar. So he would have. Oh my god. He'll have 1 HP, assuming nothing's drawn. Oh my god. Crazy.
Ow.
Damn, 6 cards, 7 cards left in the deck. Darkwonyx is on the edge of being defeated here, but he's up 2-1 in the series. Chakki looking to tie things up here in the grand finals of the Scan Hearthstone Invitational, and he makes the trade. Let's see what the draw is. Savage Roar, that'll do it.
Again, only 6 cards left in the deck, so I mean he's got a couple things that are just strong here, and again he's just got the lead at this point, so really hard for him to end up losing this one. But wow, what a crazy game that one was. These guys both were fighting for the board, turn after turn. I mean, this was like literally a 14 to 15 turn fight for the board.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So much being expended to make sure that they're not dying to Force Nature Savage Roar, and neither of them even had it.
Yeah, I know. It never ended up getting played the whole game.
Opponent's hand range was just minions.
Yeah.
And even if his opponent's hand is combo and minions, he's still probably going to end up falling behind, given the fact that his hand was so poor in the later stages.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was like a point in the game where his hand was like Black Knight, Big Game Hunter, and then like a Swipe and a Wrath or something like that. And his opponent had like 8 cards, you know. And I just feel like, and at that point he was still just trading, and I was just like, I think it's tough. It's tough to be able to, you know, have your opponent have such bad cards that the trades are going to come out in your advantage when they have that big of a card advantage. But it is going to come down a lot to this game here. Karen Bloodhoof, interesting in the Paladin deck. And I mean, this is going to be such an important one. We talked about the importance of being the first player to force your opponent to unlock that deck. And, you know, definitely going to be a big advantage to whoever is able to win this one.
Wild Growth certainly putting up a good argument here, too, for being able to take a lead. But this hand is, I mean, 2 Keepers of the Grove, this is a matchup where I think normally you're pretty happy to see him. But again, Darkwonyx is so oriented on the control factor. I mean, we even see Wild Pyromancer in this hand. So he's got Wild Pyro and Equality to go with it. You know, his Paladin deck's much more focused towards the control side of things. You know, he doesn't have Knife Juggler in here. We haven't seen Zombie Chow yet. It's just, it's mid-range to late game and is frankly pretty greedy, but I think in this tournament this was the perfect choice.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I just think in general for this meta, it's a very good choice. I mean, you know, it has been a very control-oriented kind of greedy meta, and these value cards, I mean, we're seeing more and more players sneaking more and more of these tech cards in. I mean, in this tournament alone, we saw 2 Warriors running double Big Game Hunter. You know, they're running double Big Game Hunter, Black Knight. They're running so many different tech cards, and it is super greedy. But, you know, so far it's been working out. Piloted Sky Golem going to get innovated out, and definitely, you know, strong draw there. I think he's just going to have to pay the life with his True Silver, but still not too bad. And, you know, depending on what comes out of it, could be still very solid board position regardless.
Oh my gosh, he is just gonna. Oh god, there's so much left. I feel so bad every time I have to watch someone attack this. It's like, oh, you just took 6 damage, and he gets a Brewmaster out of it. That's 5 more points of damage, and he's gonna follow that with Loatheb too. This is just so much pressure already from Chakki.
Yeah, this is rough, man. I think it's certainly going to be Loatheb coming down and just going face. Just keep the pressure on. You know, try to force your opponent into just continue to attack this. And you know, we talked about the Paladin answer to this. If you know, if that Loatheb comes down, the only real answer is going to be a Peacekeeper. But the fact that he didn't Peacekeeper last turn really does speak to the fact that he doesn't have it. And so, I mean, I think Loatheb going face, I think it's just, you're putting on so much pressure. You know, if you have to attack into another one of these 5 damage minions, that's putting you down to 16 HP after the heal. He does get the Peacekeeper off the top, though, and that is definitely very helpful.
My gosh, I was about to talk about how important of a draw it was.
Yeah.
You know, he's going down to 14 HP. I'm sorry, he's going down to 16 HP here still with the attack. I mean, I imagine he's going to attack with this Brewmaster. I just don't really see another reasonable play here. But Chakki, I mean, he's going to be able to silence his own Loatheb and continue to go for face.
Yeah. Think that'll be the play?
Unless he draws Swipe, I think so, yeah.
Well, we shall see what the draw is. His opponent already at 16 HP, certainly a dangerous situation to be in.
That's also a pretty good one. I imagine it's probably going to be that in Taunt now.
Yeah, he definitely could. I mean, still, the silence is very legitimate. I mean, I actually think I like silencing up and wrathing the 3/3 more.
I like.
Yeah, I think you do it.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Yep.
I like this a lot. I think this is great. And he's just going face, man. Put him down to 11 HP. Say, deal with this. Have the cards. If you don't, you're in trouble. And Darkwonyx really on the back foot already here. Let's see the draw. Quartermaster. Oh my God. Back to back. Extremely important draws for Darkwonyx.
There's still the potential for Sludge Belcher here, though.
Certainly is.
I mean, I think Quartermaster's just better. I don't think you're going to get a better turn. You know, you got. I mean, you've gotten the message your opponent doesn't have Swipe now, but you know, if you choose to play this Sludge Belcher, it can potentially get threatened straight away. Something like Black Knight can help swing this board right back and into Chakki's favor. And I think at this point,
and the silence that we know is sitting in hand.
Yeah, you have so many cards in your hand that at this point, I think you can make the sacrifice. You know, pass up some potential value from Sludge Belcher, and just really go for face at this point. Chakki picks up Savage Roar.
In this case, I think. Geez, is he gonna go face?
Wait.
Wow.
He's gonna put his opponent to
lethal?
1 with this. Wait a minute, 4, 5, 6 plus. Oh my gosh, it is lethal.
That's lethal. That's lethal. That's it. And he does it. Oh my god. Off the back of some incredibly aggressive play, Chakki takes 2 straight, I believe, with the Druid. But he's going to force Darkwonyx to be the first player to unlock. Darkwonyx is going to have to go back to the drawing board. It's a 3-2 lead here for Chakki now. And Darkwonyx, I mean, man, he is in a bad spot now. Not only does he have to unlock something that beats a Druid, whatever he unlocks, Chakki is going to have his choice of what he wants to face out with a second time, if he's even able to beat him the first.
Gosh, so
Good matchup against Druid, but it definitely didn't pan out last time.
yeah, a lot of that though is just the way the draws kind of panned out.
Yeah, certainly.
He got the double wild growth so he could get. I mean, sorry, in one of the games he got the double wild growth so he could get all his 7 drops online. But in that Druid game, it was just both of them had such heavy hands. It's just nothing really going on. Frankly, I want to see another one of those games. I want to see the game where like both of them are afraid of Savage Ward and Force Nature, and just neither of them have it. So they just have to continue to fight back and forth constantly.
Yeah, I know. It's such a funny game, like knowing what their hands are, and they don't get to see them obviously. But anyway, gonna have the Innervate Shade. Definitely a great start there for Chakki, who is at match point. Remember, Darkwonyx must win this, and then would have to once again beat the unlocked deck that does come out here.
A little bit of a slow start here from Chakki. Despite the Innervate Shade, it's just not a lot of action to follow this up. He's got Shredder next turn, but it's just a bunch of responses in his hand afterwards. So if he can manage to stick this Shredder to the board, he's got really great potential to start to run away with this game. But in the meantime, he's going to need the card draws. Darkwonyx's hand, though, not looking too great either. Keeper, I think, is a pretty strong pickup, though.
Yeah, it definitely is a pretty nice pickup. I think this is just definitely Coin Shredder. I mean, it's such a strong minion, and it fights for the board so well.
Do you ever unveil the Shade here?
I mean, you certainly could. There's an argument for it, and he's going to go for it. I mean,
Yep.
It puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. It kind of forces them to have answers. In this case, he does, which is kind of unfortunate for Chakki. But if he didn't have a great answer to it, it certainly would be tough.
I think a lot of his choice to unveil the Shade here is just given his hand context. I think without the swipe and the Wrath in his hand, like if these were just minions instead, I would imagine the Shade would have stayed hidden. But just given his hand context, he's got to get something rolling. And Darkwonyx, he's looking at unveiling his own Shade here. And if he does, this could potentially be a really big misstep.
Yeah,
I think at this point you just got to keep swiping mine. To take the 2 damage and really go from there. So now Chakki has the option to swipe this Keeper of the Grove, or he could use Wrath and use his hero power. He's going to go with swipe here. I don't know. This is kind of a tough turn because given that his hand is so minion light, as in he doesn't have any minions at all. The swipes being pointed at face may have actually ended up being something he needs this game. Mm-hmm. Because just between the 2 swipes and the Force Nature, that's 14 points damage to your opponent's face.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough decisions to make because this is one of the things, and I do like that because it's what we talked about. It's like you have to just recognize when you're not going to be able to fight for the board, when you're not going to be able to, just go blow for blow with your opponent. When they're having a very full hand, you're looking at your hand; it's all spells. You need to know that you have to make some moves. You have to be willing to really get super aggressive here, and it can be tough to make those calls.
God, silence is so tough here.
Yeah.
You're just 1 mana off of being able to silence Golem and then Wrath it.
Well,
I would not be surprised to see the Shade come out.
Yeah.
Wow, and since he saw a swipe, he's going to feel protected from it. Maybe that's exactly what Chakki was looking for. And now this swipe is going to clear up this board position. He's going to get 4 more damage. And Darkwonyx almost certainly going to Wrath after this turn, but currently no development available in his hand. I mean, he's got to be. And he picks up Pilot Shredder. That is such an important draw right now.
Oh yeah, it's gonna. I mean, he wouldn't have been able to really do anything except perhaps, drop his big game hunter or something. But still, he is in combo range. He's definitely not out of the woods just yet. Oh, that is very nice. He can silence and Wrath that off, and wow.
We have been seeing some super important draws on both sides of these boards. Chakki's only coming out of this with a 2-4, but Darkwonyx already down to 14. And he's got to start being mindful of his life total at this point. I mean, this is a pretty strong turn for Dr. Boom.
It is, but you got to be a little bit scared. I mean,
Yeah,
you
gotta
have to
bring
go
up big
for
game
it.
hunter too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think there's another option though.
No, definitely
I mean,
not.
Ancient Allure is reasonable here, but and now in Chakki's position, he picks up Piloted Sky Golem.
I like
to
Piloted
follow
Sky
him up.
Golem more, actually. I mean, what do you think?
I think he's at this point he should be looking at digging for Savage Roar. That's what I think. You know, you have your opponent on the ropes. If they don't have a taunt in this following turn, like potential to just end the game right here. So I like going for the Ancient Allure because next turn you can drop Piloted Sky Golem, Wrath off the Dr. Boom that is I assume is going to run into this Ancient Allure.
Yeah, he may want to see where the bombs land first. You know, you never know. We've seen players be pretty ballsy with that from time to time.
Really, I've seen some ambitious attacks with Dr. Boom tokens before.
Yeah.
Some really
I mean, and sometimes it
ambitious
really
attacks.
works out, man. Like, sometimes you throw that 1/1 into a 5/5 and it kills it with the 4 damage bomb. It happens.
Sometimes I scratch off lottery tickets and they win too.
I think this is more often than that, my friend. So, he's actually going to draw. Wow, at 12 HP, decides to draw.
That is. Now, you talk about ballsy. That is ballsy.
And he's the one without a game to give, you know? This is for his tournament life here.
I think he's just trying to threaten lethal from his opponent and trying to force Chakki into really digging for the game. I'm sorry, digging for like a defensive play. I think that's what he's trying to do here. Especially, he's going to play this big game hunter at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's just innovated for it. He's got it now. Okay.
Wow,
Backs
he's going
off
to hero
it.
power instead.
I think he got a little bit nervous with it, man. I think he started to second guess himself there. Because that doesn't actually put him out of range of anything.
Yeah.
Giving himself the 1 armor doesn't actually do anything there.
I got to believe that Darkwonyx is that the pressure is getting to him at this point. You know,
Yeah.
I think his mind is still on some of the mistakes that he's potentially made this series, and I think it's adding up and it's costing him a lot.
Yeah, I certainly think he just got nervous there. I mean, it's like he innovated specifically for the big game hunter, it looked like. And then I think he's like, you know what? What if Dr. Boom comes down this turn? I can't do it. And he's hero powered.
Yep.
Well, let's see.
This
I mean,
is
I think it's
still not like the cleanest spot though for Chakki. I mean, he still has the option to dig, and I don't think digging is bad. But at this point, the Piloted Sky Golem just looks like a more appealing option. Yep.
Yeah.
Just gonna continue to follow through on that, and just pressure to the face again. He's just Darkwonyx is down to 11 HP after this attack. He's got to be fighting off what you're doing, not the other way around. Oh wow, he's gonna play around combo, but with the way that Dr. Boom token hit, he actually doesn't play around combo right now. This is 20. I mean, he's in lethal range if Darkwonyx draws Savage Roar, actually.
Time waits for no one.
And I think he's thinking about that. He's going to innovate. Yep.
Oh, man, he's going for the other bomb. That's what it looked like. This is risky. Oh, no. Where's it going to go?
Oh, and it takes it out straight
no.
away. You know, this is like still a pretty decent job here from Chakki, though. He did play around one of the only ways he could actually die, which was Force Nature Savage Roar. But Darkwonyx looking like he's going to be able to potentially recover from this. Chakki's going to be basically in the exact same position he was just in, where he's going to be dead to Force Nature Savage Roar.
To be honest, I mean, it's going to be Lothab coming down. You know, Lothab and the Shredder. And this is a great spot now. Yeah.
He's going to be basically in the exact same position that Darkwonyx was trying to convey, which is that Force Nature Savage Roar is going to kill you. And I mean, heal's not going to put you out of range of this.
No.
Now,
But, I mean, what can you even draw? I mean, I guess for next turn. How much damage does he have? Okay, so he actually has guaranteed 6 plus what's on board, so that's 10, 14. He has 20 damage.
is he going for Piloted Sky Golem instead of the heal? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to trade and see what happens. See what you get, because the thing is, you're with just one part of the combo, with just the Force Nature, he has 20 damage right now. So we'll see what he gets. This is important, and that is not. That's probably one of the worst draws you could actually get from a 4-drop, a 2/3. I mean, the whole reason that's a 4-drop is because it buffs up your other minions and gives them taunt. That's an awful draw.
Oh gosh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, this has got to draw. You have to hit Force. You have to hit Savage Roar. I mean, you have to feel like you're so far behind at this point. Second Force Nature actually innervate. You know, has potential to get some damage through here too. But Darkwonyx actually doesn't have lethal this turn, so this is unless he picks it up here.
Let's see. He may actually just draw into it. Nope.
Okay, so he doesn't get it. So now Chakki's going to kind of you know, he's going to get some news here that Darkwonyx actually doesn't have it. But this is a potential heal turn, I think.
Yeah.
Because you can clear this board and then heal yourself out of combo range, which is definitely what you're worried about when your opponent just drew 2 cards.
And one of the worst parts about the fact that he got that 2/3 is it's not even going to trade with the shredder. You know, like that is brutal. Like, there's not many 4-drops in the game that have 2 attack or less, and if they do, they have way more HP. So I mean, the fact that the shredder gets to trade with this for free is just awful.
I've got the beast in my sights.
Yeah, just play the big game hunter now too. Again, you're just trying to really force the issue here, and Chakki actually doesn't have a way to really fend it off other than Lotheb. But if he plays Lotheb, it's just like, oh gosh.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think you have to use Force of Nature. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what he draws.
Yeah, Lotheb actually wouldn't stop Savage Roar either. So I mean, it does stop Force of Nature, and so I think it's what he's going to go for here. But you know, Shade down by itself. I mean, this still threatens lethal with combo, so he's got one more turn to draw Savage Roar. Darkwonyx can also draw Savage Roar of his own, though.
Nope.
Ooh, that's still going to be pretty good, though. I imagine this could
12, 17, 18 damage. He can put him. He can put him to 2.
Yeah, but okay. So if he puts him to 2, he's taking 8 on the back swing,
yeah.
And then Force of Nature is not going to be enough to kill him after that.
So, he may taunt it up. I think taunting it up is just safer. I mean, because I don't know if you actually even need that extra 4 damage right now, because you'll end it next turn with the Force of Nature anyway. So I think taunting it is probably the better choice. Or I think if you want to go charge, I think you charge and you put your Ancient into his Lotheb maybe.
Yeah, I think if you're going to charge, that's what you do too.
Yeah, but I actually like taunting more and then just going face, I think.
Are you concerned about Black Knight at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a thought in your back of your head. It's always something you have to consider, and that may weigh on his decision here for sure. But at the same time, I do like. Charging with that trade, I think he's gonna charge, and we'll see if he does do that. It may just be may still taunt, and I mean it could pay off.
Actually, if your opponent Black Knight's here and you have a taunt on the board, okay.
Charge.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a way that you can end up using Black Knight here, but I don't think it's in the cards. And Chakki fails to draw Force of Nature. I'm sorry, he fails to draw Savage Roar once again. So really on the back foot here.
And can he even live? I mean, if you put that in taunt, there's still Black Knight. He's dead. The game's over.
Yep.
Yeah, so the game's over. There's no way he can live. Even if you do one combo,
hang on. He can get a Doomsayer off the
yeah, that is it. I mean, he has to drop Force of Nature basically, I think, and whack it in and see what pops out. But that's gosh. One in whatever. I think that's the only thing that could actually win. Or actually, maybe Explosive Sheep.
Just has to whack it might actually do it. Out. Yep.
I think Explosive Sheep actually could keep him alive too.
That too. That would
actually. Too. Yeah, it would. No, he wouldn't. He would still die to Force of Nature plus Hero Power.
He could just Hero Power of his own.
Yeah, but you have to Hero Power to kill the Explosive Sheep.
No, he doesn't. He just runs a token into it.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, let's see. So Explosive Sheep or Doomsayer. That's what keeps him alive.
Oh gosh, it's not even gonna try for it.
Oh, all right. Well, what if it pops out now? Then he realizes the error of his ways.
Yeah, I think he's
all
just
right. Well, that's gonna be it.
Darkwonyx going to tie this series up now. A really hard-fought battle from both of these guys. And once again, neither of them having combo the entire time despite getting so deep into these decks. My gosh, I mean, what a grueling battle these Druid games have been. It's just like, my gosh.
Yeah, they've been crazy, man. So, these are some of the most entertaining ones I think I've ever seen. I think it's way more fun when it's not just ended by combo. They're having to battle it out and really Hearthstone Invitational here. Definitely check out Scan Computers at scan.co.uk. You can check us all out on Twitter. It is at Scan Computers. I am at Azale Wow, and he is at That's Admirable.
Gosh, both these players waiting the maximum amount of time too before they mulligan.
Yeah.
Wow, and look at the start from Darkwonyx.
Wow. Yeah.
What a strong start. You know, Chakki's got a pretty strong start of his own, though. I mean, Mad Scientist into either Companion or Bow, whichever one you see fit.
Certainly. Oh, wow. Is it going to be the Millhorse Manosaur? He's just got to go for it.
I think
he's just silence here. Yeah, for sure.
Silence
Yeah.
is Mad Scientist. Wow.
Nice.
Wait a minute. He's going to go for Pilot Shredder right away.
He's going for Millhouse.
You know, this might be like one of his tactics too, as you know, he mixes up his play a lot. You know, sometimes he's going to be aggressive, sometimes he's not going to be as aggressive as he normally would. So Chakki just going to bow here straight away. Yeah, let's see what pops. Oh, Blood Mage! I think you're pretty happy about that one.
Yeah, certainly.
Apologies.
Yeah, I mean, in some cases it can really help you out, but in that case, I mean, I don't think it's too bad at all. You keep your minion alive. You do give him the card draw though. So it did bump him up to the Shade turn. You know, he would have just drawn the Wild Growth this turn.
Yep. Let's see if he chooses to follow through on that Shade or not. I still don't mind silencing here, though.
No, I don't either. I mean, I think it feels a little bit worse because, you know, you have to coin it out and, like, you know, it's already done some damage and blah, 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 blah. So I don't know. I wouldn't surprise me if he didn't do it, but I think it's quite reasonable.
Something else he's thinking about too is you know, heading into like turn 6. If he has this Loatheb down and he has the silence ready, he can check a high main pretty perfectly too. So I think it's weighing on his. I think it's more so weighing on his decision to play the Pilot Shredder and then to play this.
Really nice here, actually.
Yep.
Leok again, man. This is always the Leok this tournament. It's the tournament of Leok.
Chakki really hoping to fade swipe here. Oh my gosh. That is a huge draw right now. This entire board going to be swung in the favor of Darkwonyx. He's going to clear up 3 minions with a swipe. Chakki gets an extra beast, and he gets a trap out of this. But, I mean, when you have your entire board chewed through in a position like this, it is one of the worst feelings you can have as a Hunter player.
No kidding. I mean, look at his hand. He has 3 cards in hand. Dr. Boom's not coming into play for 3 more turns. This is looking very rough. And I think he's just gonna go face and he's gonna swipe it up, and here it goes. And this is right now that, you know, if we could have a camera on Chakki, that's where he got King Crush.
He got a King Crush though. So I mean, this is like some potential reach he's got. I mean, I've been waiting forever to see a tournament end with King Crush. This might be it.
Oh my god! And if he wins because of King Crush, oh my, that would be amazing.
I'm gonna go ahead and protect his freezing trap there too. Doesn't want to freeze up this Shade straight away, so just gonna continue to, you know, check his own life total, continue to develop. And that was a freezing trap, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
We saw. Okay, so the other thing this might send a message to is that this isn't freezing trap. So Darkwonyx, you know, may feel really safe, kind of playing into that fact. And so,
I mean,
my gosh,
draw.
freezing trap is gonna protect the high main from the Loatheb.
Man, what a turnaround!
Oh my gosh! I mean, we were looking at how bad of a position.
Boom?
Yeah, we were looking at how bad of a position that Chakki was in because of this swipe, but one single draw has completely changed the dynamic of this game now.
Certainly, this is like ridiculous how much of a turnaround this is. He's gonna silence and he's gonna go for it. I mean, Force Nature.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think he's gonna Force Nature because Force Nature will help clear it out.
Yeah, that will clear it out.
If he falls into the trap of silencing instead, like if he feels like he needs to save this combo to try to end this game, this is a massive important turn now for Darkwonyx. If he doesn't navigate this perfectly, he's gonna fall victim to it. And he's going to get the bad news. He's not using Force of Nature, and this is going to turn the game around so badly if he chooses to attack with his Loatheb right now. And even if he doesn't, it's going to get killed. It's potentially going to get kill commanded. So much is going in favor of Chakki right now. This is such a small misstep that's going to cost him so much.
No, I definitely think he's attacking. I don't think you silence that if you're not attacking, man. Unless he just backs off. I mean, we've seen him kind of down himself a couple times. Gonna Wild Growth out. Now is the moment of truth. Does he attack in? I mean, even if he doesn't, like you said, it's gonna get kill commanded, and he's gonna be able to protect it next time. I mean, this is
gonna kill. He's gonna not choose to not attack. But just Dr. Boom's gonna get developed this turn. This is gonna be so much pressure onto Darkwonyx now. But he's looking at.
We could actually see King Crush end this.
Well, next turn he's potentially got lethal with the coin and Force of Nature.
True. Oh my god, this is crazy, man.
If Chakki doesn't deal with something with his board position, he's just dead.
I think you kill command that. I think you kill command that at 5/5, man. I think it's so hard to know though. Wow. Is he gonna trade? I don't think he's trading, man. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was such an I saw
Oh,
arrow get pointed so quickly. Okay, so Darkwonyx this turn, he's got access to 7 plus 8, 15. He's got access to 17 damage this turn, but he's still facing down a freezing trap.
yeah.
And look at the board he's facing down as well. I mean, he's got to make something happen this turn.
I mean, does his opponent, if he doesn't clear anything, does his opponent have lethal? I mean, that's 13, 14, 15, 16. Plus, we have initial 7 coming out next turn. Wow, that's actually exact lethal right now, without bombs hitting his face or anything like that, or anything getting cleared. If he doesn't armor up, and bombs don't hit his face or anything, that's exact lethal.
He's got to go for Force Nature. He's got to go for Savage Roar. The question
That's
is,
game then. If he doesn't clear, it's game.
yeah, he's got to clear something. I mean,
Okay. Oh god, this is so key. If he's going for the bomb, okay, he's not. Okay,
he's checking the trap first. And now does he Savage Roar? Does he Wrath? It's just, I mean, this is another tough turn to navigate.
I think you have to Wrath out the 6/3, man.
I don't know. I think you got a Savage Roar.
It's hard.
Savage Roar is such a clean kill on this.
He's going face. If he goes all face, that's game. It's exact lethal. Let's see. Such a hard decision to be made here. He's going to go for the Wrath. Where does he put the last 2 treants? Does he go into the bombs? No. Both face. Okay.
Wow, he's going for face. He's actually threatening lethal next turn, but the treant and just the 2 Savage Roars too. Wow. I actually think that Darkwonyx has won this game.
Oh my god. What an insane game, man.
Wait a minute.
We have to see what the bombs happen. We have to see what the bombs
go 8 damage to face. Chakki has lethal.
Yeah, let's see, man.
I mean, that's the only way he can win this game from this position.
Yeah.
He's just dead. He's dead next turn to treant and 2 Savage Roars.
You're right. That's crazy. Well, now I think the spider's going in. Is it 100% that he's dead? So he has 10 HP. So that would put him to... Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, treant charge and then 2 Savage Roars is 12 points of damage.
Oh. Crazy. What an insane final game. Oh my god, man.
Chakki needed to roll 8 damage on these Thunderproof tokens to face.
You're right, man. I mean, he obviously has no clue that.
Oh, and he's one mana off of the dream of ending it with King Crush.
I know. I'm so sad. I wanted to see King Crush end it.
I wanted to see it so bad. Wait a minute. Chakki can kill command his own mad scientist and get a freezing trap.
Do you think there's any chance he does it? Oh my god, no.
Oh gosh. I don't know if he has another freezing trap in his deck, but I think that was the only way he actually could have won this game. Darkwonyx has just got lethal with the treant token that was frozen and double Savage Roar, and that's going to end the series. He's going to take it 4 games to 3, winning 2 straight with Druid after the unlock. What an unbelievable game.
This is incredible stuff here from Darkwonyx, and he is going to be your Scan Computers Hearthstone Invitational champion. Congratulations to him. What a crazy ending to the game. 1 turn away from the King Crush. You know, oh God, so close to being able to pull it out with Chakki, but